What's going on, guys? It's Ricardo Francis, aka Ricardo Lifting. Not sure about you guys, but I've been a little bit bored at home. Feel kind of stuck. Some days not motivated to even get out, have some fresh air. But I know my day to day, I've always been active. Gym manager, work in the gym. Normally doing classes on my feet all day, but in reality, when I've been at home, it's been lazy. I want to sit down, I want to lie down, I want to watch TV. So I thought I'd make a little home workout video, just to kind of get you moving in your house. Don't have to leave your house, and you don't need any special equipment. You just body weight and maybe a little hand towel, just a little bit wider than shoulder width, just to do an exercise and some stretches. Without further ado, let's get started. So the first exercise to get warmed up is body weight walkouts. I said you don't need any equipment for this, you just need some space to fully lie down on the ground. So to break down the movement, you'll start with your squat first. Squat down, get your hands on the floor, walk your body out until your body's nice and straight, quads engaged. Fully lie down on the ground. Find a way to get back up. Not necessarily doing a press up, just lying down, get yourself up. Walk back to your feet and stamp. It's a great way to get your body fully warm, use all your muscles, and trust me, you're only going to do 2 minutes of it, that's enough to get really, really warm. Engages all your muscles from your legs, core, upper body, chest, back, shoulders, etc. So just do that for 2 minutes and then move on to the next exercise. Okay, so the next exercise is body weight squats. This is to start off with our legs, get us nice and warm and keep us nice and mobile, keep our joints all in the lower body nice and mobile and get moving. How you want to set up this squat is by planting your feet in the ground, jam your big toe in the ground, and then try and grip your feet so they're nice and stable. This creates an arch in your foot so it doesn't collapse when you go to squat down. All you're essentially doing is pushing your hips back, push your hips back to the center into that squat, and then get your bum down. Try and keep your core tight so your back's nice and straight. Chest up, neutral spine, get your bum as low as you can, and come up. If you find that variation difficult at first, especially if you're really new to squats and exercise in general, the easy way to do this is just get yourself a seat that's just a little bit lower than the back of your knees. And all you want to do is control the movement to sit down. And then essentially stand up. Try not to swing your body to stand up, try to just brace your core, fully sit down and stand up. Control that movement as much as possible. If you find that movement a little bit easy, you can always squat jump. So you squat down and jump up. And you can either just jump, you can tuck, whichever one, just to intensify that workout a little bit. We're going to do that for 1 minute. So each exercise we're going to do for 1 minute, minus your warm up, which is 2. As I said, you're going to have 30 seconds in between each exercise, moving from one to the other. So the next exercise is a lunge, body weight lunge. So I'm going to demonstrate and then talk you through it. So essentially what you're doing, you're starting from your start point, you step forward with your leading leg, whichever one, right or left. Make sure your toes are facing forward, back foot comes up onto its tiptoe. You descend that back knee down, bending from the back knee and the front knee, making sure that your knees do not go past your toes. You don't want your knees to go past your toes. And you want to make sure that your knee stays in line with your foot. You don't want it to cave in, So again, stable foot, pinning down your big toe, gripping the ground with your feet, creating that arch in your foot, and then descending, coming up, keeping your core nice and tight and stable. Now if you find that your knees are a little bit worn out, you can't necessarily step forward into a lunge, the alternative is to step back into a lunge. You start forward instead, step back into that lunge, and then step forward. Step back into that lunge, and step forward. This takes less a toll on your knees. It allows you to be in a safer position to step back and then step forward into that lunge. If you want more advanced level, you can change into alternating jump lunges. Switching from one leg lunge to the other, so literally just alternating those legs to make it a little bit more intense. Again, you're going to do this for 1 minute, and then you get 30 seconds rest, and you move on to the next exercise. So the next exercise is press-ups. Again, it's one that's really underutilized, and it works more of your upper body and core stabilization. Okay, so the trick to this one is about your hand positioning. It's making sure that your hands, fingers facing forward, the hands are in line with your chest. Now if you don't know where your chest is, pretty much under your armpits, so it's in line with your armpits. So it shouldn't be here. We're not praying, we're pressing from the chest, engaging those chest muscles, keeping the shoulders pinned back and down to squeeze the middle of your back, so it keeps a nice neutral spine. You want to keep your core engaged and your hips up, so again, your core stays nice and tight. Now, again, if you find the press ups quite hard, alternative is to do it from the knees. But again, if you notice, my core is still elongated, so core nice and tight, hips still up, so the core squeezed, and hands still in line with the chest. Yeah, and then if you want to make it a little bit harder, by all means. So it's trying to lift your body up as you press, so it's a little bit more explosive. Again, you're going to do it for 1 minute and then move on. Next exercise is great for your back, your upper body, shoulders, biceps, etc. I don't know the official name. I call it pretty much a back extension with a towel roll. All you need is a towel, as I said, and the floor or mat, some space to lie down. So it's a little bit of a tricky exercise. You really feel it in your upper back and your lower back as well. It strengthens your lower back and your overall core, especially if you've got the lower back problems. It's good to strengthen it and stabilize. You're trying to alleviate that. Now, if you find it too difficult to do it, just do it without towel. So you do it without towel, the same movement. If you're doing it without a towel, you're really focusing on driving those elbows in at your sides to squeeze those big back muscles, your lats. And if you want to make it a little bit more advanced, you try to lift your legs with it also. Again, holding it just wide of your shoulders. So again, you're pulling that towel to your chest, keeping tension on the towel, so it's nice and taut, so your lats and your shoulders are fully activated. Do that for 1 minute and then move on to the next exercise. So the next exercise is your plank walks. It's really going to engage your core and again those upper body muscles, so your chest, your shoulders, your back, your arms, etc. So the trick is starting from your forearms, getting your hands underneath the body, and then you're walking yourself up into a high plank and then descending back down to your forearms. keeping your core nice and stable, body nice and straight. Now, if you find this quite difficult, alternative is to do it from your knees. It's exactly the same movement. An alternative, if you want to make it a little bit more difficult, is you bring your hand out in front of you, but quite far out in front of you, so you get more core stabilization and a little bit more shoulders. So again, you're going to do that for 1 minute, and then you get 30 seconds rest, and you're going to repeat the circuit. So pretty much all those exercises, you do them once, 1 minute each, 30 seconds in between, and then you repeat those exercises. Once you've completed 2 rounds, then we'll move on to stretches. So now that you've completed all those exercises, you're tired, it's time to cool down. So a good way to cool down is with some static stretches to try and relax your body, loosen it up so it doesn't feel tight, and it'll help with your recovery overall as well. So let's get started. So you're first going to start by lying down on the ground. Again, get your hands in line with your chest, feet on the floor, tops of the feet on the floor. You're going to press your chest up, relaxing the rest of your body. To protect your lower back, so if your back's hurting, squeeze your glutes and push your hips down. So that way you feel a stretch in your abs. Keep your chest nice and high, but not extending the neck back. You just want to keep a nice neutral neck, the chest nice and proud. You're just going to hold it for about 30 seconds. I'm not going to do it in real time, but you hold it for about 30 seconds. And then you move on to the next one, which is child's pose. So you're pushing your bum back. Try and sink your bum into your heels as far as you can. Hands forward and head towards the ground, relaxing your upper body and your lower body. So again, you hold that for about 30 seconds before moving on to the next exercise, on to the next stretch. I want you to lie down, get your left hand under your head, your right hand, you're going to grab your right leg and pull your foot as close to your bum as you can. While you pull your foot close to your bum, you're going to push your hip down towards the ground to really feel the stretch in the front of your leg. You hold for about 30 seconds and then you switch onto the other leg. You grab, pull as close to your bum as you can and then push your hip down. If you find it hard to reach for that leg, what you can do as an alternative is grab your towel. This way it gets a bit awkward. Wrap it around the ankle, hold the end of the towel, and then just pull it towards your bum. Again, depends on the flexibility of your quad, and if you want to increase the intensity, you just grab it a little bit further on the towel. Again, 30 seconds, we move on to hamstrings. So you're going to do, you want to lie down, you're going to get your leg up. So left foot's close to my bum, right leg's in the air. Grab it, make sure I grab it above the knee. And the key is to try and have it just short of lockout. You don't want to fully lock out on the knee, slight bend, but very, very slight. And then pull it towards you until you feel the stretch in the back of the leg. Again, upper body nice and relaxed, not pulling your head up. If you find it difficult to reach, again, you can use your towel. Get that round and just hold it right there. So you feel the stretch at the back of the leg. Once you hold it for about 30 seconds, you repeat on the other leg. So once you've done that, you move on to your glutes. So you lie down, one foot close to your bum, other leg you want to rest the ankle on top of the thigh like you're crossing the legs over. Roughly this should be around 90 degrees. Find it here, probably got tight glutes, so you want to try and get it as far back as you can. Relax it, keeping your core tight and your hips nice and square. Then you're going to take your hands, feed it through that leg that's on the ground, and then you pull it towards your body. Should feel a stretch in your glute and your hip. Again, if you find that quite difficult, all you do, take your towel, feed it through and pull it up. Again, trying to feel the stretch in your glute. Do that for about 30 seconds and move on to the other leg. Once you've done that, you're going to stay seated. Just cross your legs, sit in a comfortable position. You're going to get the back of your hands, you're going to rest it on your lower back as wide as you can. So nice and wide on your lower back. And then you're going to push your elbows as far back as you can, keeping your chest up. So you should feel a stretch within your chest and your shoulders. And again, you hold it for about 30 seconds. Then what you do, interlock your fingers and you push your shoulders as far forward as you can to feel the stretch of the back of the shoulders. If you do it on the side, I'm sitting nice and comfortably. And I push my shoulders as far forward as I can, keeping my head up. One feel stretch in the back of the shoulder. Back of the shoulders into your traps. Again, hold for about 30 seconds. And the last stretch, you're going to bring one hand up, across the body, either grab it just behind the elbow, pull it across the body, or you can grab it higher up, pull it across the body. You're going to feel a stretch in the back of the shoulders. You might feel a little squeeze within the chest as well. Again, hold it for 30 seconds and then move on to the other side. So well done on completing the workout. As I said, it's a full body workout. Completing each exercise for 1 minute, then you get 30 seconds rest until moving on to the next exercise. Complete all those exercises once and then you repeat it again, and then you move on to the stretches. Hopefully this should be more of an insight of what you can do while you're at home. So no equipment needed apart from a towel, maybe a mat if you don't have carpet on your floor. And yeah, it's just about keeping mobile. This workout is meant to be tailored for everybody and anyone. That's why I show progressions and regressions. But yeah, you can change it in different ways and adapt it if you need to, you know. I say 30 seconds rest. If you really struggle with that, you just increase your rest period for up to 2 minutes. You shouldn't need 2 minutes, but again, if that's what you're working from and you've never exercised before, you can increase that rest period to 2 minutes. And same for if you want to intensify it. If you find you've done all the advanced variations and you want to make it a little bit more intense, reduce your rest period even to 20 seconds, even 10 seconds to keep it intense, and keep your body moving, keep the blood circulating and burn those calories overall. Yeah, if you want to make it intense in different ways, you know, you could add some weight, so you can add some form of resistance, either holding bag of rice. If you have weights at home, you can hold some weights, and just to make it a little bit more intense, especially if you want to improve and increase but you can't necessarily do the advanced variations because some of them are jumping movements, and if you can't take impact on the joints, it's a good way to intensify it also. Stretch is important, so make sure you get the stretches in. I say 30 seconds, that's a good amount of time to get a full stretch in your muscles, but if you feel there's certain tight areas, you can stretch for longer. Again, you can hold a stretch for up to 2 minutes, just to really try and relax the body, make it a little bit more mobile, especially if we're just sitting down and lying down all day. This workout should approximately take 26 minutes, give or take, depending on if you've increased or reduced your rest periods. So you don't even need a long length of time. You know, they say on average take about an hour of exercise a day, but in this type of workout, you only need about 20 to 25 minutes or to 30 minutes to do it. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'd also say try and enjoy the sun, get out there, go for walks, etc. Be as active as you can, but this is just an idea, so if you don't want to leave your house. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to come back with more videos, more content to help you guys keep your sanity and stay fit and healthy while we're locked down. Take care.